What up, guys? Coming up on this brand new episode of OTGT, I'm talking PlayStation 4, Nintendo 3DS XL and PlayStation Vita, and some of the new releases that have just recently come out. It all starts right now for you guys. What is up, everybody? I'm Jake James Lugo, also known as the Epic VFM, and this is the brand new look and the new evolution of OTGT. Pretty cool, huh? A new background, new look, a new format, but that much more epicness, all for throughout this year. I cannot wait. This was like the next logical step for me. I'm really excited. I'm going to be bringing you guys some great content over the course of the year. But let's get things started. Okay, I got a lot to get through this time. So let's talk about the first thing, which is probably the biggest news to come out over the past couple weeks. PlayStation 4 possibly going to be revealed on February 20th in a big event in New York City by Sony. There's been a lot of buzz going around with this. Now, obviously, we have that cryptic trailer that kind of came out. It's this little teaser teasing the future of PlayStation in 2013. So pretty much a lot of people are saying, or inferring from this that this must be it. This must be the big reveal for the PlayStation 4, which is the most logical thing. But at the same time, it's always good to exercise a little bit of caution because let's be real for a second. We all know from plenty of statements that have been made, even at the end of last year, that the next generation consoles are going to be possibly coming this year into next year. And if not this year, they'll definitely be revealed in some form or fashion. It's kind of weird and kind of interesting that Sony's actually going to have their own event outside of E3 because traditionally it's always been that the next generation consoles have always really been revealed at a big place like E3, which is like the big Super Bowl for everybody that's into gaming. But it's really interesting because I could understand the mindset of what they're going with. This is kind of like they're going to be their own event, and it's going to be all the focus is centered around them, all the attention is centered around them, and it's not going to be overcrowded by anything else that maybe Microsoft or Nintendo or any other third-party developer or third-party publisher is going to be doing at the time during E3. So that's pretty cool, and it's a really good business decision on their part. Now, besides the fact that, everybody's saying that this is where the next PlayStation is going to be revealed, we do have to exercise a little bit of caution because for all we know, this could be just some random thing that Sony is pretty hyping up, disguising it as a PlayStation 4 hype. And for all we know, it could be like the next price drop in the PlayStation Vita, which would really suck, don't get me wrong. And it's kind of illogical to think that way, but it's always good to have that little extra bit of caution, as to not jinx anything that's going on. But I'm excited. This is a great time to be a gamer. There's going to be a bunch of cool stuff I'm pretty sure that Sony's going to bring to the table. It'll be interesting to see if at this event there'll be any PlayStation 4 launch titles that are confirmed or actually revealed or actually talked about during the course of this presentation, if it is indeed a PlayStation 4 reveal. I mean, what kind of launch titles do you guys want to see? I would love to see a new Uncharted 4, maybe Killzone, maybe something, really out there from left field, maybe something like Jak and Dexter, as a launch title, or even maybe any other kind of like Little Big Planet title to be a launch title for the PlayStation 4. But put it in the comments section below, guys, and let me know what you guys think on this whole matter. Alright, so outside of PlayStation 4 excitement and everything else that's going on about next gen, recently I just purchased a Nintendo 3DS XL, as you guys can see. I got myself the blue one here. My actual 3DS right now is charging right behind me. I got 3 games with it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys right here. I picked up New Super Mario Bros. 2, Kid Icarus, and Dead or Alive Dimensions. Now, I know recently Fire Emblem Awakening just recently came out. It just got released on the Nintendo 3DS. However, when I actually went to my GameStop, they actually didn't have a copy of the game at the time. But JJ, what about actually picking up Star Fox or any other those other titles? I would actually be picking those up at a later date because I have played them and I have beaten them in the past. I love those games. I'm definitely going to add them to my collection. But this is also interesting for me because this is the first time where I really kind of got to sit down and really compare the 2 handhelds that are on the market now. Because now I obviously have a Nintendo 3DS XL, and I also have beforehand a PlayStation Vita, just to take it out of the package for you guys to see. I got the white PlayStation Vita that came with, Assassin's Creed Liberation, as you guys could see here. And I also have PlayStation Plus on top of that to play all the different releases that are offered for free for the Vita and also for the PlayStation 3. But again, this is the first time where I really got a chance to really compare the two consoles side by side, kind of get, generate a little bit of feelings about which one was the better handheld, or which one I spent the most time with, or which one I'm the most excited about the lineup and the new games coming out. And to be honest with you, as much as I love my PlayStation Vita, I'm much more excited at the current moment for the stuff that's coming out on the Nintendo 3DS XL. Or just Nintendo 3DS, I should say. Recently, when I actually picked up my 3DS XL, I reserved 2 games that are coming out that I really want to play. Even though there's other games, over there that, or have been announced and have been a little bit revealed, leading up to right before E3 that are coming out. These are the 2 games I reserved. I reserved, Project Cross Zone, which is the big crossover game between Capcom, Namco, and Sega, and also Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate. Because I'm a classic Castlevania fan, I'm really excited about the game. I also can't wait for Castlevania Lords of Shadows too. At the same time though, I still love my Vita. I still love playing on my Vita. The 2 games right now that I'm spending the most time with it is actually this game right here, Persona 4 Golden, which in my opinion, if you guys have not picked up this game for the Vita, it is by far the best and the best value and the best addition to anybody's Vita collection, hands down. Like, you're going to be spending so much time with this, it's ridiculous. More than any other Vita game out there. I know a lot of people kind of tout about Uncharted Golden Abyss, or Sound Shapes, or Gravity Rush, or whatnot, but I definitely get more enjoyment out of playing something like Persona 4 Golden than I have in those other games. And I've beaten those other games. So, outside of that though, what are my overall feelings between the 2 handhelds? They're both good. They both have a great ecosystem going on for themselves. A lot of people tout about how there's no games for PlayStation Vita, which is completely untrue, believe it or not. There's a ton of games to play, but there are no system sellers. There are no really big killer apps that you're going to really kind of knock your socks off or whatnot. At the same time, 3DS actually has a lot of games to choose from. They've been at it for a while now. They've kind of had a good head start on PlayStation Vita. But at the same time, a lot of the games that people are really excited about, and the ones that are really going to knock people's socks off, are games that are coming out way down the line. I mean, for God's sakes, we're getting a new Super Smash Bros. Sometime, if not the end of this year, to the following year, which is going to be shown at E3. So here's my suggestion for you guys. If you haven't already picked up a handheld, go with the system or go with the handhelds that you're going to be, getting the most games for within the next 6 to 7 months. Because you're going to get the most enjoyment out of it, you're going to get the most fun out of it, and more than likely, if you're actually, you have a group of friends or whatnot that you play games with, those are the ones you're going to be spending the most time with. So it's always good to kind of, get in a little bit with the crowd there. And again, you're going to have a lot more fun playing these games. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to get both, that's all cool and dandy. However, I've kind of grown with the belief that you don't actually have to own all the systems or all the handhelds in order to be considered a true gamer, which is something I'll talk about at a later date. But again, those are my feelings right now on PlayStation Vita and Nintendo 3DS XL. I love them both. I'm having a blast right now. Can't wait to get some more games for both systems. Alright guys, it's time to talk about some of the latest releases that just came out recently. One game in particular that I do want to talk about is Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for the PlayStation 3. It's also a cross-buy game that if you buy the PlayStation 3 version, you get the Vita version for absolutely free as a download. Pretty cool. This game is the 4th iteration in the Sly Cooper franchise. Sly Cooper and his friends have been away from the public consciousness already for about 8 years now. It's been quite a while and things have changed, for the next gen, but it's great to see that Senzaro Games have kind of brought Sly and his friends back into the public spotlight. But let's talk about the game specifically. If you have not played the previous games in the franchise of Sly Cooper, I really suggest that you go pick up the HD collection that was offered on PlayStation Network and also at retailers. A lot of the different events and references that happen in this game reference back to older events from the previous games, and you will be kind of a little bit lost if you didn't play those games at first. But they're all great games. Go check them out before diving into Thieves in Time. But outside of that, let's talk about the gameplay of this game. The gameplay is very similar to the older Sly Cooper games, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty cool. The graphics look great. Okay, I know some people weren't really happy with the way that Sly had looked along with his friends, with all the different changes and details that Senzaro Games had added to the Sly Cooper universe, but they didn't bother me as much. One thing that is noteworthy though is that the actual bottles and the different collectibles that you have to find throughout the game, they're a little bit hard to spot sometimes, because obviously there's so much detail and there's so much lighting effects and different things going on that weren't in the previous PlayStation 2 iterations of Sly Cooper. However, on the PlayStation Vita version, because there's a little bit of a significant graphical downgrade, you're able to see those collectibles from greater distances like that, and not so much in the PlayStation 3. It's a little bit much more of a challenge to find them all. However, I love playing this game. It's amazing. Again, it has a cross-save feature between the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita version, so you could continue the game on one version and jump over to the next and vice versa, which is pretty cool. There is an issue that did pop up though at one point involving trophies, where you weren't able to kind of get the trophies that you already had accomplished on the PlayStation Vita version. On the PlayStation 3 version over on the Vita version. So you may have to replay a bunch of sections over and over again in order to get all the trophies for both games like that. So that is a little bit annoying, but since this is a great game, you probably won't mind as much kind of going through and collecting all the collectibles and doing as much as you can in Sly Cooper Thieves in time. So if you haven't picked it up already, it's available now. Get the PlayStation 3 version so that way you could get the Vita version for free. Even if you don't have a Vita version, you could still get it and download it and actually save it there. Was it in your actual hard drive or on your download queue? So that way if you actually pick up a PlayStation Vita, you'll be able to have an extra free game to play around with. So pretty cool. I like this game. Alright guys, it's time to give you a channel update, kind of give you a little bit of insight on how the whole process of these videos gets done and what I actually do when I handle the YouTube channel. A lot of things have happened. I know I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time. I've been really hard at work trying to make everything work and make the quality of the videos and the content of the videos better for you guys. I know a lot of you have constantly asked me for different things like, gameplay footage, different things like music, different things also like a different setting for once, and I'm actually able to give you guys that. In addition to that, I'm also able to get you more interesting things involving gaming, anime, movies and such, and all the different topics that I've actually covered in my YouTube videos, which is pretty cool, and I'm really excited to see the kind of reaction from you guys. Now it's all going to kind of come together and play out. But in addition to that, I got a ton of different announcements to actually talk to you guys about. I've already kind of announced some of them over Twitter and on Facebook. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook fan page, the official VFM fan page. It's pretty cool. All the info that goes on things like this and also new videos that come out, I post up on those areas so everybody could be in the know. But here's a couple of the announcements. Two things that happened recently. Number one, it's official. I will be attending PAX East 2013 over in Boston in the Boston Convention Center. I'm going to be covering that convention for thecoalition.com, which is the new website I'm actually a part of. I can't wait. I'm going to be covering everything. I know a lot of people tout about how a lot of those big conventions, there's way too much to see and you won't ever be able to see everything there in just one sitting, but I'm going to try my hardest to do so. You guys know every time I go to an event, I actually do my best to see everything to get the most pictures, to get the most video, to get the most content, the most interviews, some of the best stuff out there. You guys have seen it firsthand if you actually have seen me at a convention, so this will be no exception. I'm going to work hard, and plus I know a lot of you guys, especially down here where I live, you aren't able to attend a lot of the big events like that, so this is going to be a real treat for you. It's definitely going to be a real treat for me, so I can't wait. PAX East 2013, March 21st to the 25th. I cannot wait. Well, it's not actually 21st to the 25th, it's 22nd to the 24th, but that's what the time frame we're actually going to be heading out to Boston, so it's going to be awesome. Cannot wait. But in addition to that, another event that I'm actually confirmed that I'm actually going to be going to is Chibi Pa Sampler. Chibi Pa Infinity is actually in November this year, but they always have the sampler, way earlier in the year to kind of give everybody a taste and a sample of what it's going to be like at the actual Chibi Pa. And I always love going to those guys' events. It's so much fun to hang out with them and actually cover the events for them. But in addition to that, Chibi Pa Sampler falls exactly on my birthday, which is June 29th, and I cannot wait. It's going to be really, really fun to see everybody there, to get a whole bunch of pictures or whatnot, to chill out with everybody and just have a good time. So I cannot wait for that. It's going to be interesting. As more events and more things kind of play out, and as there's more announcements made for both PAX East and also Chibi Pa, I'll keep you guys in the know of what's going down, because I will be attending those events and I will be checking out everything that goes down. Now, besides that, here, let's talk about a little bit of the format, kind of touch up upon it. This is what the new format for OTGT is going to be like, all the time. This is where you're going to get the one spot to find all the different segments that I actually do, for my YouTube channel, all in one area. So that way you don't have to go to a million videos and check everything out. You could kind of just go to one spot, one video, scroll to the time frame that you want, and check out all the good content that I'm going to be bringing you. That includes game reviews, game previews, hands-on, you know, all different discussions about topics in gaming, the movie reviews, the verdict reviews. The only ones that you're not going to see on videos like this are the bit interviews. You may see a little bit of a sampler here and there once in a while, but I'm going to keep those videos separate for everybody because those tend to be a lot longer on scale of things, and they tend to be, you know, much more extensive and in depth. It'd be kind of an injustice just to kind of, you know, shrink those down to size and not give you guys the full effect of everything that goes on with those bit interviews. But I do have some up, you know, kind of like on my queue of people I'm going to be talking to. You can expect to hear more about those very, very soon. More than likely, those aren't going to be like an every week type of occurrence. I'm going to try to do my best to keep all the videos consistent, especially, you know, the OTGT videos, because this is going to be like the main bread and butter for the YouTube channel for you guys. But again, it's going to be more about quality rather than quantity. And even if I have to take a little bit of a break to kind of, you know, really refine the quality and the look and the content for everything for you guys, that's what I'm going to do, because in the end, it's going to benefit not only me, it's going to benefit you guys, and you guys are going to get a real treat out of it. So that's that. I cannot wait to kind of, you know, continue implementing these changes. Let me know what you guys think of all this, okay? Again, leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter at Venomousfatman1 on Twitter. And also like the official Venomousfatman Facebook fan page. Again, I post all kinds of information and all kinds of stuff on those different pages, so you'll always be in the know. So anyway, I'm Jake James Lugo, the Epic VFM, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace out, everybody. Stay epic.